This is the WellSpan Sports Medicine Friday Night Rivals.
Week 8 brings us across the Susquehanna River to George Saxton Memorial Stadium for a Mid-Penn Colonial Division matchup. The 3-4 Shippensburg area Greyhounds facing the 6-1 East Pennsboro Panthers, who look to bounce back from their first loss of the season last week to Northern York. It's WellSpan Sports Medicine's Friday Night Rivals. Hi, everybody. Great to see you this week. I'm Phil Shaner. That's Keon Claiborne. And we are set for Shippensburg area. They love to run the football, play great defense. But when they do pass it, Caden Shroop's going to be the guy they're going to try to throw the football to.
Yeah, most definitely, Phil. You know, he's the senior leader. The kid on defense, he's a ball hawk, and on offense, he already has 15 receptions, 229 yards, and 3 TDs.
For East Pennsboro, they're led by a veteran quarterback in Keith Otis.
Yeah, veteran is right. You know, he's a 3-year starter. He's close to 1,500 passing yards. He's got 11 passing TDs and 12 rushing ones as well.
WellSpan Sports Medicine keys to the game. We'll call them Keon's keys. We'll start with Shippensburg area.
Yeah, and they got to have ball control here tonight and no turnovers. They don't want to harm themselves out there.
East Pennsboro, what do they need to do to get a win tonight?
You know, stop the run. Of course, that starts up front, and they want to start fast, you know, not slow.
Shippensburg has won 3 straight in this series with East Pennsboro. The Panthers know they need a win to have a chance to win a Colonial Division title. Shippensburg and East Pennsboro next on MyTV Central PA. Kickoff is coming up. You're watching Week 8 of WellSpan Sports Medicine's Friday Night Rivals. Mid-Penn Colonial action tonight. George Saxton Memorial Stadium at Shippensburg area in East Pennsboro. Time for our national anthem, sponsored by the Pennsylvania Army National Guard.
At this time, please rise, remove your hat as I direct your attention to the west end zone as the East Pennsboro National Junior ROTC Color Guard presents the colors, and as we honor America, as the East Pennsboro Marching Band plays our national anthem. Thank you.
Shippensburg at 3-4, and their head coach there is a look at Coach Fouts in his 22nd season from Homer City out in the western part of the state of Pennsylvania. His dad's a Hall of Famer, Rick. He's his defensive coordinator on his staff. Had a lot of success the last couple of years, won a lot of games at Shippensburg area. East Pennsboro side, John Denniston in his 4th year, 19-17, having a great season. Took over 2020, right when COVID hit. Of course, he's a Mechanicsburg native, played his high school football at Trinity, college football at Duquesne University, replaced Todd Studer in 2020 season right after COVID hit, and has done a nice job this season. Has them 6-1 coming in. Their only loss of the season was last week. They lost to Northern York. They were down 21-0. They stormed back to tie the game 21-21. Then Northern York won it 28-21 behind their outstanding running back last week. Getting the job done was Cole Bartram, 171 yards and 4 touchdowns. Cole's a serious, one of the top running backs in the Mid-Penn Colonial, went over 3,000 yards for his career. So we're about to get it underway. Shippensburg won the toss, but they deferred, so they will kick the ball to East Pennsboro. There's our high mark, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Pennsylvania opening kickoff, and we are underway in this Colonial League matchup. And East Pennsboro will have the football first after the return by Gassert. Let's take a look at the East Penn offense. This is an offensive team that's put up 215 points. They're averaging 30 points a game. 334 yards of total offense. Their quarterback is a veteran. He's really like a 4-year starter. Started a little bit his freshman year. Keith Otis, and J.J. Gossert's done a nice job at the running back position. And Trey Good has been outstanding at the wide receiver spot, and the offensive line is definitely one of their key factors this year. They have a great offensive line. First play goes to Gossert straight ahead, and not much there for a short gain. Let's take a look at this Shippensburg Greyhounds defense. This is a group that doesn't give up a lot of points. This is definitely their strength. They get great plays from their defensive ends, a lot of pressure, and their linebackers are really good. Chris Winter is playing great right now for the Greyhounds. There's your Greyhounds starting defense, brought to you by West Shore Home. So a 2nd down and 8 after the 2-yard gain for J.J. Gossert. Otis in the shotgun. Will hand the football off to Gossert, straight ahead, up to the 40-yard line. And picks up a couple of more yards, and a 3rd down coming up. This is an East Pennsboro team that's 40% this year on 3rd downs.
Yeah, in the second down, picking up a little bit of yardage. Setting up, 3rd and medium. So let's see what that guy here on this 3rd down, 40%. That's good.
So a 3rd and a long 3 for them from the 40-yard line. For the East Pennsboro Panthers, undefeated until last week's loss at Northern York. They beat York Suburban, Palmyra, Milton Hershey, Gettysburg, Greencastle, Mechanicsburg. We're 6-0 going into the game a week ago. Otis to throw for the first time tonight. Has time, fires downfield, has a completion across midfield to the 48-yard line. And that is a kitchen saver, 1st down. Alami makes the catch. So Alami, one of the new names on this team, a 6'3", 180-pound basketball player, comes up with a big catch and a 1st down.
And you can see that's kind of a post up right there on that receiving route right there, but just a big target, for Otis to hit him.
Alami now 10 catches on the season, doesn't have a touchdown this year. They're glad to have him. Hand off to Gossert, right side, good 1st down carry. Gets close to the 40-yard line, stopped at the 41. Around the right end he goes.
Real good pickup from Gossert. Good cut up field and setting up good movement here on this first possession, for this East Pennsboro offense.
6-yard pickup. 2nd and 4 coming up for East Pennsboro on their opening drive. They'd like to make a statement after last week. Coach said maybe they're reading too much of their press clippings, undefeated and going into a Northern York team that only had 1 win. Gossert straight ahead as the 1st down. That'll move the chains. Gossert, the junior, 5'8", 175 pounds, 487 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns coming into this game tonight. Gossard's done a great job. You know, Aaron Angelo hasn't played yet this year, out with an injury. He had 700 yards rushing last season, out with a shoulder injury, but they expect him back maybe closer to playoff time. Otis will run it. Good run by Otis. And Otis has 12 rushing touchdowns this season to go along with 11 passing touchdowns. Call Keith Otis Mr. Touchdown.
That's 23 combined TDs. And, you know, he's a senior leader, so kid's been through it. Senior night here tonight, I look for him to come out and have a big game tonight.
On his career, he has 20 passing touchdowns, 22 rushing touchdowns. Colonial Conference All-Star from a year ago. I talked to Coach Fouts of Shippensburg. He said he believes Otis is a lot better than he was last year. Gossard running right side. Makes a man miss, still on his feet. Nice run. And he's going to have enough for another first down. So they keep moving the sticks. And that's a kitchen saver first down run by J.J. Gossard.
The 6 is correct. Gossard, it's his 6th touch on this possession, I think. And he's just getting upfield. He gets it, runs hard, gets his shoulders squared to get upfield. Not really a lot of east-west with him.
Impressive opening drive, 5-yard pickup for Gossard. So 1st and 10 for the Panthers from the 27. Working in Shippensburg territory. Would love to get on the board first here on senior night in week 8. They just keep giving the ball to Gossard straight ahead. Another good solid run straight up the middle. Picks up 4 yards on that run. Stephen Jones made the stop for Shippensburg on the defense. This offensive line is very good. We have a bunch of seniors on it, 4 of them, and the freshman Henry Wrigley has done a nice job at the left tackle, number 50. But you're talking about Josh Angelo, Lombard, some of these guys have been playing for 3 or 4 years. That pass is incomplete. Trying to get a quick one off to Sanderson. Sanderson couldn't hang on to it, and an incomplete pass.
Check that 33, Christian Winter.
Winter was in on the breakup for Shippensburg on defense.
That'll make it 30.
Here's a look at Coach Deniston. Who had a long stint directing the Central Dauphin Rams youth football program for many years until he got the head coaching job here at East Pennsboro in 2020. 3rd down coming up here for East Pennsboro. Gossard gets the handoff, and he is tackled in the backfield and gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. And Caden Shope, our spotlight player, makes the stop. Shope makes the stop. He's played very well the last couple of weeks for Coach Faust's defense.
You see him getting that backfield off the shoelace, hits the ankle of Gossard, and gets him down.
So he lost 2 yards, and a 4th down coming up. Ball's at the 27-yard line, and on 4th downs this season, 6 of 13, 46% for the Panthers. Otis rolling out to the right, fires, incomplete. Was looking for Trey Good just past the 10-yard line, and Shippensburg will take over on downs. So good job by the Shippensburg defense coming up to hold East Pennsboro.
Wasn't much really going right there with Otis. Didn't really get the throw he wanted. Good couldn't get up under to get the first down.
So the Shippensburg Greyhounds offense has struggled a little bit this season, only 79 points. Their average is just 11 points for Coach Fouts' team. Take a look at the Shippensburg Greyhound offense in a minute, brought to you by West Shore Home. As they take over on downs, a 1st and 10 for Brady Macheski, the sophomore quarterback, hands it to Statham, the junior running back. Now we'll take a look at the Shippensburg Greyhounds offense, brought to you by West Shore Home. They have the sophomore quarterback at Macheski. You might know that name. His father is the head football coach at Shippensburg University. They have a multiple running backs that they can hand the ball to. Their offensive line, only 2 starters returning. They were hit hard by graduation. A lot of new faces on this offense, and that's a reason why they've had trouble scoring this year. Only 12 touchdowns, 4 receiving and 8 rushing touchdowns. 2nd down coming up for the Greyhounds, and the give to Eichelberger. Patrick Eichelberger, the sophomore, who has 73 carries for 257 yards, averaging close to 3.5 yards a carry. Here's the East Penn defense. They've been very good, brought to you by West Shore Home. Some big numbers. Josh Angelo has 47 tackles. How about Keith Otis, the quarterback, then the linebacker? He has 75 tackles. And the ends very good as well. That defensive front has been outstanding. Johnson with 20 tackles, Lombard with 17 tackles and a couple of sacks for the East Penn Panthers defense, who's been real good. Third down. Pushing towards the line to gain. It'll depend on the spot if he got there.
I don't think he did.
Statham running the football. Statham scored the first touchdown last week in their win over Mechanicsburg and put them up 7-0.
It's just a good note. Otis was standing there, kind of meeting him at the sticks. I guess he did pick up the first. Excuse me.
Give him the first down. Lombard was in on the stop. Kitchen Saver first down. Shippensburg 3-4. They have wins over Spring Grove, Northern York, and Mechanicsburg last week. Big win over Mechanicsburg last week by a touchdown, 14-7. Gets a yard, and that is it. And you see Johnson, the senior, with 20 tackles, a sack, 6 tackles for a loss, and 3 fumble recoveries for the senior. Comes up and makes the stop along with Keith Otis. Otis in on so many tackles. He's closing in. He's going to have 80 after this game's over. He has 75 coming in. There's a look at Johnson. They're happy to have him. He transferred from the state of Virginia last season at the end of the year. Coach was very happy the way he has played for the Panthers this season. You're going to see a lot of different backs running the ball for Shippensburg. They're going to hand the ball to at least 5 different running backs. And that is the 3rd different running back we've seen run the football.
3rd different running back in same play, kind of that power I formation, just handing it off and seeing what they can get behind the offensive line.
Dundee on the carry there. He had the hot hand last week in the game against Mechanicsburg. He's averaging close to 6 yards a carry. But again, you're going to see a lot of different running backs on this Greyhounds offense. 4:49 to go first quarter. And there's a timeout, and we'll step aside. It's a scoreless game. It's week 8 of WellSpan Sports Medicine's Friday Night Rivals. Third down coming up for the Greyhounds. Scoreless game just underway, week number 8 of Friday Night Rivals. It's the Greyhounds and the Panthers tonight. Shippensburg and East Pennsboro. Third down. Handoff to Dundee. Good run. Close to the first down sticks. Looks like it will move the chains, and it will. So a kitchen saver first down run by the senior running back.
And another handoff, and Otis did step up and put some power on him right there, but not, it was after the first. Huge hit though, for sure.
Otis in on another tackle. He has been really good this year defensively. Last season he had 74 tackles and 3 interceptions. This year he's blocked a kick, he has a sack, and came into a 75 tackles. Dundee with the run again, straight up the middle, and he has another 10 yards and another first down. He had the hot hand last week, and Coach said, hey, Coach Fouts said, we're just looking for whoever has the hot hand. We're going to hand the ball to 5 different guys, and whoever's got the hot hand, we're going to just keep feeding them and finding a way for the Greyhounds. And they're in East Penn's territory now, moving this football.
Lundy taking a couple people with him on that East Pennsboro defense.
Yeah, I enjoyed talking to Coach Faust this week, and he said, we only have 2 players back on that offensive line. We lost so many players from graduation, and we're just really trying to figure things out. Lundy gets the ball again, and this time gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Josh Angelo comes up and makes the stop. Angelo closing in on 50 tackles this season. Angelo's put up crazy numbers. He has 14.5 sacks in his career and 150 tackles in his career. Last year he had 104 tackles. Did big number 71, Josh Angelo. Otis has got to go out. So out comes Otis on senior night here at East Pennsboro. Second down for the Greyhounds, working in East Pennsboro territory at the 41-yard line. Let's see what Brady Macheski can do. The sophomore quarterback hands it and goes straight ahead for maybe a yard to the 40-yard line. That's all that Statham would get. Statham with 3 touchdowns this season. Has the most touchdowns of the running back combination that they run. A lot of black jerseys there to stop Statham on a 1-yard gain. Here is 50, who they really like, Henry Ridgely, who's kind of forced into the offensive side of things, but defensively they love the speed of the freshman from the defensive end. Ridgely has done a nice job this season. There's the first pass of the game for Shippensburg and the completion. Mentzer, the backup quarterback, grabs the ball for his 8th catch of the season.
I don't think we're going to see a lot of passing plays, from this Shippensburg offense. And I understand because, they got several backs who are picking up big yardage.
Yeah, they only average 88 yards a game passing the football. With the sophomore Brady Chesky. He knows some things about football. His father has been at Shippensburg University for 13 seasons. His dad took over at Shippensburg University in 2011. Dad's a 92 Ship grad. By the way, Shippensburg 1-5 this season. They're Kutztown tomorrow. Their only win was a 7-0 win over Bloomsburg this year. But they were pretty good 2 years ago. They were 9-2 2 years ago. Greyhounds keep it on the ground. They continue to move the chains. Another kitchen saver first down run. And they give the ball to Eichelberger for his second run of the night, the sophomore.
Right up the gut again.
We haven't seen the freshman, Carruthers, who's the other running back that they use. They're high on him. So another first down for the Greyhounds. They like to have ball control. They like long drives. Eichelberger straight ahead up the middle. Good solid run and picks up close to another first down. Gets about 10 yards. Trey Good made the stop. The offensive line is doing their job, giving 45 a hole to run through.
Oh, he could have took a house with him through that. Look at that gap right there from the offensive line. Just a great block individually. Everyone on this offensive line.
Statham, the running back, number 6, with that nice block. And another first down for the Greyhounds, and there's a penalty marker down. That'll be on Shippensburg. This is a young team.
False start, 44 on the offense, still going to be first down.
It's a young team that's really come a long way for Coach Fouts. He's extremely happy with the way his team has come after the graduation. How about this? The Greyhounds graduated 99.1% of their rushing yards last year and 80% of the receiving yards. Of course, Tucker Chamberlain, the quarterback for the last couple of years, graduated, and they needed to find a new quarterback. A lot of new faces, but this Shippensburg area team has gotten better each and every week, and here we are in week 8. Macheski to pass and has the completion to Metzer. Metzer has the catch, and he's knocked out of bounds after Macheski to Metzer. And these are the two guys that battled for the starting quarterback position. And Macheski won the quarterback position, and they moved Metzer out to the wide receiver position. He has 2 catches tonight, now 9 catches on the season. So a third down. There's second and down, 2nd and 4. They send a man in motion, and there's the pitch to the outside. That's Carruthers. We talked about the freshman, and there's his first carry, and it goes for a loss, a tackle for a loss, as J.J. Gossard made the stop. Tackle for a loss for East Pennsboro in the final 50 seconds of the first quarter.
Gossard getting in that backfield, busting through, and not letting his hands off the back and swinging him down.
Mark Carruthers, the freshman that Coach Dennison talked about, he said he's really liked what he saw on film of the freshman, who has 46 carries for 170 yards, close to 4 yards a carry this season, and has a couple of catches as well. Just a tandem of guys they'll get the ball to. So now a third down. Chesky throws it towards the end zone. Incomplete. Was looking for Metzer again. And no flag down. There is a penalty flag down. Late penalty comes out. Metzer was going up on the fade route. Chesky threw a nice ball to Metzer, the junior. 17.5 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Scoreless first quarter, but the Greyhounds are in the red zone looking to get the first points of the night. We'll wait for the call from our officiating crew tonight as they talk things over. Coach Fouts says Brady's quarterback is getting better each and every week, and he said waiting for his team to kind of get over the hump. Big win for them last week. A lot of people didn't think they'd beat Mechanicsburg. He just wants to get better week in and week out.
Number 5 on the defense. Penalty will be half the distance. Replay third down.
So the pass interference call is on Trey Good. Gives it half the distance to the goal. And here's another look at it. Chesky's pass to Metzer.
And when they lined up, I seen the one-on-one action, with Metzer. And I don't know why they called it on Good. He wasn't even in the play. It looks like to me it was on. Yeah, I think they got the wrong call up. I think it was Elliott Braun on the pass interference, but moving to next play.
So the Greyhounds have an opportunity to go ahead. Last week, East Pennsboro found themselves down 21-0 before they stormed back to tie the game. The Greyhounds knocking on the door here. Third one, handoff up the middle in the end zone for the touchdown. That's Patrick Eichelberger with the score. The sophomore with his first rushing touchdown of the season. And there's an Air National Guard touchdown. Patrick Eichelberger runs it in from 9.
Eichelberger, he ran hard the whole possession. It's like a freight train coming through Big 45, putting his shoulders down, getting into the end zone.
Greyhounds strike first. Timothy Garvin on for the point after. The kick is up, and the kick is good. And Shippensburg has a 7-0 lead here on Friday Night Rivals. Patrick Eichelberger with the 9-yard touchdown run for Shippensburg. They have a 7-0 lead over East Pennsboro. Time for another Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield of Pennsylvania kickoff with 13 seconds to go here in the first quarter. An impressive drive for Shippensburg, exactly what they do. They suck up a lot of time with ball control, running the football. East Pennsboro on the return up to the 45-yard line with 5 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It's time now for our Scholar Athletes, brought to you by Schollenberger, Januzzi, and Wolf LLP. For Shippensburg, Grace Hipple, cross country and track and field. Considering Auburn University or Charleston Southern For East Pennsboro, Paul Sanderson, football, wrestling, track and field, 4.0 GPA. The students chosen each week, the scholar athlete, are eligible to win a $3,000 scholarship presented at the end of the season, courtesy of Schellenberger Januzzi Wolf LLP. Proud to support and encourage outstanding student athletes, and there is our scholar athlete from East Pennsboro. And the completion for the final play of the first quarter. Breckenschrupp with the catch, and we are through one quarter. East Pennsboro finds themselves down 7-0 to the visitors, Shippensburg area.
Ladies and gentlemen, East Pennsboro would like to thank UPMC for all they do.
Otis DeSwope was a 13-yard pickup on that last pass play to end the first quarter, and we're here in the second quarter, and the Dogs are here tonight. The Dogs are out here. This East Pennsboro matchup with Shippensburg. East Pennsboro finds themselves down 7-0, and the completion there to Schwope. Becken with the catch. That's his 29th catch of the season now, and that moves the chains again. So they hit for 13 yards and a 12-yard completion. So back-to-back completions between that combination of 9 to 10. The kitchen saver first down for the Panthers, trying to match the touchdown. East Pennsboro's been known for their big play offense this season. And another quick catch, third catch in a row to Swoop. That's 3 straight. Otis Swoop.
Pick and catch, getting out of bounds, getting feet down.
30 catches now on the season for Swoop. 48 catches on his career. Last season he had 12 catches, 271 yards, and 3 touchdowns. This year he has 5 touchdowns. Otis fires again. This time he hits good. Good with the catch. Good last year. Broke his collarbone in July in a 7-on-7 game, and wasn't able to play much last season, so they really missed him a year ago. He's really been great this year. 38 catches now in the season, over 600 yards and 4 touchdowns for Trey Good. So with Swoop and Good, they have 2 big play wide receivers for a senior quarterback in Keith Otis. There's a timeout on the field. We'll step aside as well. Shippensburg area has a 7-0 lead over East Pennsboro. The Panthers trying to answer the Shippensburg touchdown, a 3rd and 2 from them. They're on the 20-yard line of the Greyhounds. Otis has been hot here in this drive, and he'll keep it himself straight ahead for the first down run. Otis on the quarterback keeper has the yardage needed for the first down. So that'll move the chains. A bat fitter first down for Keith Otis, who has over 140 yards rushing and those 12 rushing touchdowns this season.
Otis, tough kid, just putting his head down, picking up that first down. Took about 6 maroon helmets, maybe 8 to get him down.
Otis, 6 foot, 210 pounds, 3-year starter. Started some games his freshman year. Him and Dakota Campbell each played quarterback a little bit for East Pennsboro last couple of years. Otis to the end zone, incomplete. Pass interference flag coming out. They were trying to get the ball. Otis was to Trey Good, and a pass interference flag comes down. East Pennsboro was 78 yards of total offense in this drive.
You see it right there, just it's a little too much contact from Nori, I think that was involved, or Winner. Let's see who his call is.
Here is another look.
Yeah, it's the hug. Hug and pull.
Pass interference on the defense. Penalty will be forced half the distance to the goal. Replay first down.
So pass interference will set up the Panthers with a first down. With the ball on the 9-yard line. Otis hands off to Gossard. Gossard straight ahead across the 5 down to the 4-yard line. Caden Shute made the stop, our spotlight player for Shippensburg. He's been playing big on defense the last couple of weeks. Bathfitter first and goal for East Pennsboro, looking to match the Shippensburg Patrick Eichelberger's 9-yard touchdown run. Panthers one on the board tonight here on senior night. Otis hands it to Gossard, straight towards the goal line, and he's across for the score. Gossard touchdown. And that's his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season for the 5'8", 175-pound junior. And here's your Air National Guard touchdown, the short run by Gossard.
JJ just getting that pitch, handoff, and just getting his head down and shoulders low. He's already low to the ground, and now he's in the end zone.
Alami will try the extra point. He's 19 of 22 on extra points this season after the Gossard short touchdown run. And there's a penalty marker down before the kick. So Gossard answers the Shippensburg touchdown. East Pennsboro did it with Keith Otis with a couple of key completions, 3 of them in a row to Swoop.
Dead ball foul, encroachment, 85 on the white.
So encroachment is the call on the Greyhounds. East Pennsboro dropped their first game of the season last week at Northern York, so they want it to be a bounce back game. They're going to go for 2. With the penalty yardage, gets it a little closer. East Pennsboro, Susquehanna Township, and Gettysburg all tied atop the Mid-Penn Colonial at 3-1 in conference play. And then Greencastle, a team we saw last week's 2-2. Shippensburg's at 2-2 in second place. So here they go for 2. They give it to Gossard, and he doesn't get it. Great job by the Shippensburg defense. Caden Shute, number 13, comes and stops Gossard. So the point after 2-point try is no good. So Shippensburg holds on to the lead by 1, 7-6. Time for our Able Sun Roofing and Siding. Raise the roof. One thing you'll notice different this year at George Saxton Memorial Stadium is that East Pennsboro's home side is switched. They used to be on the opposite side. Now they're on the press box side. And the cheerleaders, and of course the student section for the pink out in the month of October. There's your Able Sun Roofing and Siding. Raise the roof tonight. There's a good shot right behind the student section here tonight at George Saxton Memorial Stadium. So East Pennsboro does match the touchdown, but the 2-point conversion was no good. They trail by 1. Time for another Highmark Blue Cross of Blue Shield kickoff. A lot of purple tonight. Or pink is the color. Pink is the color of the month. And they have it tonight here. So our Highmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield PA kickoff. Short one. Shippensburg's able to fall on it at the 38-yard line. Time now for our Mustache Cam, sponsored by Barber Styling Institute. And there is our referee. Turn around. We want to see that mustache. Come on. Come on. There it is. Very nice. Maybe one of the better mustaches we've had in 8 weeks. Of course, the Mustache Cam brought to you by Barber Styling Institute.
That's the beard cam. That's still the mustache.
Yeah, a little mustache, more beard. All right, let's see what Shippensburg can do. They were impressive on their last drive. They ate up a lot of clock. They had 4 different running backs running the football. This is Dundee. Dundee had a bunch of nice carries in that touchdown drive early on, and we saw a few of the other running backs getting opportunities. They ran 4 different running backs in that touchdown drive. Chesky was 2 of 3 for 22 yards. Menser had 2 catches for 22 yards in that touchdown drive for Shippensburg. Let's see what they do here. Handoff to Hines. This is Hines' first carry, so there's the 5th guy that's going to get a touch tonight. Hines on the carry, and Josh Angelo makes the stop for the Panthers.
Angelo, good pursuit, gets off the block and able to get and make that stop.
Jaden Hines, the 5th running back to touch the ball for this Greyhound team, who only had 6 returning starters of the 22 starters on both sides of the ball. So they lost a lot from last year. Of course, Shippensburg, a season ago, last season, they were 8-4. Beat Cedar Cliff in the first round of the playoffs. And then they lost to the top seed to Solanco in the quarterfinals, 42-35 a season ago. There's Hines. Hines has speed, loses the football at midfield. Does East Penn fall on it? They do. East Penn comes up with the football. That's number 10. And this is something that East Pennsboro does so well. Believe it or not, this is their 9th fumble recovery of the season. Swoop.
Wow.
Gets the fumble, and he is on fire. This kid last year had 6 fumble recoveries a season ago and recovers a fumble here. 31 Sanderson stripped it. And then Swoop, that is now the 9th fumble recovery and 16 takeaways for this East Pennsboro defense. They have 7 interceptions and now 8 fumbles, 9 fumbles. Quick completion here to the far side. Alami with the catch. Alami's 10th catch of the season for the junior. Picks up 8 yards, 2nd and short coming up. So this is a good 2nd and short situation for East Pennsboro and their offense. Coach Denson in his 4th year, having his best season since he's taken over. And when he came in, a lot of these seniors on the field, they had to play right away. They played as freshmen and sophomores and took their lumps. And now they're having a great season. Otis rolling, firing to the middle, incomplete. Otis was under some pressure, had some time to throw, looking for Keys. Keys was the intended target, but unable to come up with it. Colton Keys, 2 receptions for 15 yards this season. He's a player that's emerging a little bit for the Panthers, another weapon possibly for them. 3rd and short coming up. They're 8:08 to go. One thing about this Shippensburg defense is they move a lot and a lot of thinking required. They have high football IQs. Otis going to keep it himself for the 1st down. Nice play action to keep for a Bath Fitter 1st down run by the senior Keith Otis.
Otis off the keeper. like I say, he's a tough kid. He's tough to get down to. Just pulls it, keeps it himself, and picks up the first down.
So the Panthers trying to take advantage of the turnover by Shippensburg. The fumble recovery by the Panthers, and now they have the ball in Shippensburg territory with a 1st and 10 from the 37. Otis out of the gun, 3 wide receivers, bottom of your screen. He goes to the top side and has the completion there to Alami. So Alami with 2 catches in this drive for the 6'3" target. That's a big target for Otis to find. Alami at 6'3". There's a look at Alami, 6'3", 180 pounds. A couple of catches tonight, now 11 on the season. For the basketball player, making an impact on this football team, adds to the weapons of Good and Swoop, the other 2 wide receivers that have caused a lot of noise for East Pennsboro. Put up a lot of points and a lot of big plays in their 6-0 start until their loss last week in week 7. Otis firing towards the end zone, has a man, comes down with it, touchdown. That's pretty. Swope with the touchdown and his 6th touchdown catch of the season and the 12th touchdown by Keith Otis. What a beautiful throw and catch. There's your Air National Guard touchdown.
And that was beautiful, Phil. Look at this. Otis just gets his feet up on the beautiful ball. I don't think he could have placed it any better. And Swope just right into the arms, brings it in. That was beautiful.
Otis with his 12th touchdown pass of the season. Swope with his 6th touchdown of the season. That was pretty for 28 yards. And East Pennsboro is on top, 12-7. Alami comes in for the extra point. Kick is up and the kick is good. What a pretty pass play to put the Panthers ahead, 13-7. There it is. What a catch by Swope. And the Panthers lead at 13-7. Swoop with 4 catches, 61 yards and a touchdown. How about Otis? 8 of 11, 91 yards and a touchdown. Gossert 9 carries, 35 yards and a touchdown run. And the Panthers are up 13-7. Time for another Highmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield Pennsylvania kickoff. A short one at the 35-yard line. And just a 2-yard return for Shippensburg. Now the momentum's kind of swinging towards East Pennsboro after that touchdown. Coming up, week 9. Can you believe it? Only 2 more weeks of the regular season. We will check out the Mid-Penn Keystone Division. The Cougars and the Spartans will be at Milton Hershey. Milton Hershey's 3-4 this season. Last week they had a loss to Mifflin County. This week they're at Lower Dolphin. Palmyra Cougars are 2-5. This week they're at Cedar Cliff. So we got the Cougars and the Spartans next week, week number 9. Well-spent Sports Medicine's Friday Night Rivals. See what the Greyhounds can do. Hand off to Eichelberger up the middle to the 40-yard line. Shippensburg, they know what they want to do. They want to win out to try to make the playoffs. That's their goal. We'll talk a little bit more about the playoffs as we're getting close. You have to start looking at those power rankings and see how many where teams are and where they can get in. Right now, Shippensburg sitting at the 15th spot, and they need to get to 12 or lower to make the playoffs. Just 2 more games to go after tonight before District 3 playoffs begin. Handoff goes to Statham. He gets up across the 45-yard line to the 46.
And now just another back, getting another touch. Getting upfield. Shippensburg area needs a good possession here to bounce back from the fumble last time they were out.
This is what Coach Fouts' team has done. He said, hey, we just don't know what we got because they're so young. So we just looking for something. We're looking for something that works. And we're looking for someone to have the hot hand. And 1 week it's one guy, 1 week it's another guy. But they certainly have this Shippensburg for years as this ball control running attack. There's a penalty marker down as the Eichelberger had the handoff, but penalty before that. We'll wait for the call. False start probably on the Greyhounds.
False start, 45 on the offense, 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Coach Fouts has been really good the last 5 years. They're 44 and 11. The last 7 years, they're 61 and 18. They were 8 and 4 last year, 11 and 1 in 2021. They were 11 and 1 in 2019. They won 10 games in 2018. They won 11 games in 2016. Coach in his 22nd year. His father was a Hall of Fame coach in the western part of the state. He won 100 games there coaching. And of course, Coach Fouts has 100 wins himself. Pacheski on the keeper. And Lombard made the stop. Big 73. Last season he had 14 tackles and a sack. And there's a look at Coach Fouts, the father, the senior. Coach Fouts is a Hall of Famer. Coached at Homer City and followed his son to Shippensburg. It's great to have a father and son combination, both with 100 wins at their represented schools. Shippensburg will punt the football. Trey Good on the return. Good with an 11-yard return for East Pennsboro, and they'll have the football back with the lead, 13-7 with 4:51 to go here in the second. Coming up tomorrow, college football on CBS 21. It's a doubleheader at noon. It's Georgia and Vanderbilt in the SEC, and they stay in the SEC at 3:30. Texas A&M and Tennessee. The Vols tomorrow. Knoxville will be rocking. Catch it on CBS 21. And then on Sunday, 1 o'clock, it's the Seahawks and the Bengals. Your weekend is taken care of on CBS 21. College football tomorrow on a rainy Saturday, and then you can watch the Bengals and the Seahawks. 1st and 10 for East Pennsboro. Otis's pass complete across the 45-yard line to the 46. Boy, does Otis get rid of that football quickly.
He does. He does not hold it. He's got an accurate pass. Early on, he was trying to, get control of the ball, and some of them were a little wobbly, but especially on that last pass, it was a touchdown. He's got his rhythm going, I feel like.
Alami makes his 4th catch of the game. So Alami's having a big night. He has 4 catches. Swoop has 4 catches. East Pennsboro with 10 first downs tonight. They've been moving the football. 2nd and 3. One thing Coach Dennison said, hey, we have the ability to go on long drives, and we've had a lot of big plays this season. But there's the look at our Elliott Braun, the sophomore. Braun, 132 yards on the ground for Broome this season. They're high on him. They said he's developed. Of course, Angelo, they were looking forward to having him as the other running back, but with his injury, Gossard had to step up, and then Elliott has kind of come along as well. But they'll hopefully have Angelo back in a couple of weeks. That's the plan anyway. That would add to that running back stable. And they're all young, so the running back room is going to be pretty good the next couple of years for the Panthers. Otis going up top, has a man, and the completion, it's Swoop again. And a back fitter 1st down. Swoop, the big playability, makes the catch. Beautiful. Great throw, great catch, all that speed by Swoop. He is a track and field star, Colonial Conference All-Star from last year. He's having a big night. His 5th catch of the night, already has a touchdown, of course. The 28-yard touchdown, and that was a 30-yard pass play from Otis to Swoop for good for 30 yards. So these two have They won at one point 3 in a row, 3 completions in a row on that drive a few possessions ago. So a 1st and 10 from the 18, 3 minutes to go before our West Shore home halftime report. One of the best highlights from around the country, and also the czar of the playbook, Emory Hunt, with some of the top prospects from Pennsylvania, college
Dead
prospects.
ball, offsides, number 80 on the defense, still going to be 1st down.
Penalty goes on the Greyhounds. It'll be a 1st and 5 now for Keith Otis, who gets the play from the sideline, comes in with his team up 13-7. Looking to be a bounce back game for East Pennsboro. Swoop, 5 catches, 93 yards and a touchdown. That's what he's done tonight. J.J. Gossert runs back inside. Looked like he was going to try to get the corner, but then cuts back to the inside the 10-yard line. Statham made the stop for Shippensburg defensively. 3-yard pickup for Gossert. 2nd and 2 from the 10-yard line. East Pennsboro's got a ton of 1st downs. They have well over 100 1st downs on the season. They had 99 1st downs coming into this game. They have 10 already tonight. So 109 1st downs for this offense. Gossert, right side, touchdown! Touchdown, J.J. Gossert. 10-yard touchdown run for Gossert, and that's his 2nd touchdown of the night. And Gossert now with 4 touchdowns on the season for Gossert. Wow, that was some power there and some speed by Gossert. Nice touchdown into the end zone for the score. Pennsylvania Air National Guard touchdown. Gossert comes in as the long snapper for this extra point for Alami. Trying to make it 20-7. Alami's kick is up, and it is good. And it's 20-7. So Gossert with 2 touchdowns. And they have the lead 20-7. Shippensburg struck first. Patrick Eichelberger had the 9-yard touchdown run, then a Gossert short touchdown run, then the Otis 28-yard touchdown pass to Swoop. And then Gossert with this last touchdown run to put East Pennsboro up 20-7. Here at 1:57 to go before our West Shore home halftime report. There's Coach Faust on the sideline with his young football team. Very young football team. Felt last week's win over Mechanicsburg. They won that game 14-7. He felt that was a good win for his team because a lot of people thought Mechanicsburg was picked to win that game, and they came out, got the win. He wanted to hopefully build on that going into tonight's game. They struck first, we're up 7-0, but then 20 unanswered by East Pennsboro. High mark, Blue Cross, a blue shield, a Pennsylvania kickoff. Swoop, he does it all. He's kicking off here. Taken at the 20-yard line by the Greyhounds and hit hard. That was Costa on the return for the Greyhounds. Or excuse me, that was Metzer. Metzer took a hard hit by Sanderson on the kickoff return. So 1:53 to go before the half, and let's see what Shippensburg can do with the football. The Greyhounds find themselves down 20-7. East Pennsboro, they have Susquehanna Township next week and then Waynesboro. So they know they have an opportunity to possibly win this Colonial with what's in front of them. It'll be a huge game next week against Susquehanna Township, a team we saw last week on Friday Night Rivals. Handoff. Dundee, and he got hit hard. Big time hit by Angelo. Angelo having just another big game. Again, like I said, on his career, he has 14.5 sacks in his career. Played for a long time. That was one thing that Coach Faust said. He said, it seemed like Angelo's been playing at East Pennsboro for 6 years. Kid's a 4-year starter, and he's put up some big numbers over his time here. So he lost 3, another tackle for a loss for Josh Angelo. And now a 2nd and 13 for the sophomore quarterback, Brady Macheski. And a penalty marker comes down. Too many men on the field, maybe. I don't know. The referee's counting the players on the field. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there might be too many on there. That's the case. You can't have 12. You can only have 11. So legal substitution.
5-yard penalty, still stay 2nd down.
So that'll move them back 5 yards for having 12 men on the field. East Pennsboro, as I mentioned, offensively huge numbers this year. They're averaging 30 points a game, giving up 18 a game defensively. This coming up next week, week number 9 of our WellSpan Sports Medicine's Friday Night Rivals. We'll be in the Keystone checking out the Cougars. We'll be at Milton Hershey. That's a rivalry, not too far between those two schools. Palmyra is 2-5 this season, 0-4 in the Keystone. Milton Hershey 3-4 overall, 1-3 in the Keystone. Last week, Palmyra, they lost to Redland 24-7. So we'll have that for you next week, week number 9. Just 2 more weeks to go before the District 3 playoffs begin. We'll talk a little bit more about the power rankings and the playoffs as we go on here tonight. East Pennsboro's defense is all about takeaways. They have 16 of them now. They had their 9th fumble recovery of the season here tonight. This is what they do, and they have 7 interceptions to go along with it. 2nd and 18 for the Shippensburg offense. Macheski fires downfield, has a man, and incomplete. Caden had a hand on it, but wasn't able to come down on it. Shope put one mid on it. Reed was on coverage, number 3. So now, 3rd and 18. East Pennsboro probably wants to try to get this football back. They could add more points before the half, up 20-7. Here's the 3rd and 18 for the sophomore, Macheski. High snap, hands it straight ahead, and that's the big man, Patrick Eichelberger, who gets a couple. 4th down coming up. So East Pennsboro is going to have the football back with some time on the clock, and the way that Otis has been throwing it around tonight, they could try to get another touchdown. So the Panthers call timeout. 55 seconds to go before our West Shore home halftime report. Keon will talk to both coaches on the sideline, and we'll also have the best highlights from around the country. As are the playbook, Emery Hunt. We'll have our top Pennsylvania prospects. We'll have first half highlights and stats all coming up on the West Shore home halftime report. There's a look at Lombard, the senior. It's a big body, 6'4", 270. East Pennsboro has some big players. Some of the biggest players in the Colonial League are right here at East Pennsboro. Both on this defensive line and offensive line for Coach Dennison's team. So here's a 4th and 11. Trey Good back to receive the punt. He's standing at the 40-yard line. Low snap. The punt gets off. And Trey falls down, and the ball is touchdown at the 38-yard line. So that's where East Pennsboro will have the football with 47 seconds to go before the half. So it's balls at the 38-yard line. Shippensburg scored first, and then 20 unanswered points by Coach Dennison's team. Gossard with 2 touchdowns running the football. And Otis has a touchdown pass, a 28-yarder to Swoop. So here we go. 2 wideouts at the top and the bottom of your screen. Otis fires and has the completion. Sanderson with the catch. Sanderson gets out of bounds, stops the clock after that short gain. Sanderson with his 10th catch of the season, the Colonial Conference All-Star from a season ago. Sanderson also an All-American wrestler, outstanding wrestler. He was one of the many seniors honored tonight before the game. Senior night here in East Pennsboro. Second down. Otis releases it quick. Gets the completion. And that'll be enough for a first down. A 6-yard gain and a Bath Fitter first down as Trey Good makes the catch and has a good run after catch for the first down. 35 seconds to go. Clock is running. Otis from the gun. Incomplete. Alami was the intended target.
In and out of the hands of the Greyhound defender.
Almost picked off. Saw there. Stopping the clock. That was Hines, number 7, that almost had the pick for Shippensburg. That would have been a huge interception. 27 seconds to go here before the half. East Pennsboro trying to add to their 20-7 lead. Keith Otis, the senior, working it. Otis out of the gun. 3 wide receivers, bottom of your screen, 1 at the top. Gets the ball out of the backfield. James with the catch. James, the senior, gets out of bounds after a short gain.
Number 85,
Cody Wenner made the stop for Shippensburg. No gain. Got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. 20 seconds to go. A third down for East Pennsboro. Looking to bounce back from their first loss of the season last week on the road. Much different for them. They found themselves down 21-0, came all the way back to tie it 21-21. But then just too much. Cole Bartram in Northern New York. He had 4 touchdowns a week ago, and Otis will just kneel down, and that'll be the final play of this first half. So that is the end of the first half. East Pennsboro 20, Shippensburg area 7. We'll be back with the West Shore Home halftime report right after this.
Good? We're good? Yeah, I think we're good. We're good, yes. Coach, only 13-point deficit going into the second half. What do you think some things you guys need to clear up to get back to this game?
I think we should be in the game. We turned the ball over once, and then we got ourselves behind the sticks. If we can stay error-free, we can be in this game. That's all.
Yes, sir, most definitely. Best of luck in the second half. Thank you. Back. Coach, only. We're good, yes. Coach, only 13-point deficit going into the second half. What do you think some things you guys need to clear up to get back to this game?
I think we should be in the game. We turned the ball over once, and then we got ourselves behind the sticks. If we can stay error-free, we can be in this game.
Second half. Thank Most definitely. Best of luck in the second half. Thank you.
This is the West Shore Home Halftime Report.
Coach, only 13-point deficit going into the second half. What do you think some things you guys need to clear up to get back to this game?
I think we should be in the game. We turned the ball over once, and then we got ourselves behind the sticks. If we can stay error-free, we can be in this game. That's all.
Yes, sir, most definitely. Best of luck in the second half. Thank you.
All right, Coach and Keon, thank you very much. We're at the half. East Pennsboro with a 20-7 lead. It's a West Shore Home Halftime Report. Time for some of the best plays from around the country in high school football. Enjoy the highlights.
Best Thursday night lights and Friday night rivals highlights from across the country.
Quick pitch and catch. Eludes one defender, 2, 3, 4. Great job there by LaMichael Mitchell, and he's still on his feet. LaMichael Mitchell, great play by Mitchell, and he's going to carry the rest of Beebout into the red zone and close to a touchdown.
Miller, end zone. This might be it. Caught! Touchdown! Ethan Driver. Are you kidding me?
Rejoining you live on Comets. Handoff goes up the middle to Dino Burke, and he breaks the tackle. There he goes. Dino Burke 30. Dino Burke 40. Changing direction. Has a lot of room in front of him. There he goes. 30, 25, 20. Dino Burke, 97 yards.
Down to last touch. Spartanburg would like a little breathing room, but a Gaffney pick will turn that aside. Here comes Andrew Root, who's done a little bit of everything defensively for Gaffney tonight. They've set up a wall, and he's going to take it all the way inside the Spartanburg 10-yard line.
And they kick it directly to Trevor Pike from his own 20. And Pike is on the run. Pike eludes one defender, and he's still on his feet. Clock runs out, but he's still running, and he's still running. Here comes Trevor Pike. 30, 20, 10, into the end zone. Touchdown!
Maybe before the season's over, we'll make it on the highlights from around the country. What do you think? I'm hoping so. Big night to be at the refreshment stand here at East Pennsboro. Their Panthers, they have the lead at the half, 20-7. More of the West Shore Home Halftime Report is coming up. We'll hear from the czar of the playbook, Emery Hunt, coming up next.
This is the West Shore Home Halftime Report.
Getting a little too cold for an icy. It's week 8 already. Time for a hot chocolate. Speaking of being hot, East Pennsboro's hot. 206 yards of total offense, just 95 yards of total offense for Shippensburg. We're at the half. East Pennsboro with a 20-7 lead over Shippensburg area. Time for the czar of the playbook, Emory Hunt. We go to school with Emory. He tells us about some of the top college prospects in this great state of Pennsylvania.
What's up, everybody? Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Welcome to Football Game Plans 400, where we will take a look at some of the top high school prospects across the state of Pennsylvania. We'll take a look at an offensive prospect as well as a defensive prospect that you want to keep an eye on. Stone Saunders out of Bishop McDevitt High School is already a commit to the University of Kentucky, and you can understand why. He's a tremendous talent, has been since he became the starting quarterback as a freshman. He can make plays from the pocket, outside the pocket, has great athleticism, so he keeps the plays alive and always is looking downfield to throw the football. He is someone that makes a difference whenever he's out there, which is why he's had so much success throughout his high school career. Jay-Sean Robinson out of Mount Union High School in Mount Union, Pennsylvania is a fantastic athlete and someone that can play on either side of the football. We've seen him play safety, but I love seeing him do this right here, run the football, making guys miss in the backfield, and finding a way to get down the field toward the end zone. He can also be utilized as a kickoff and or punt returner, so he's going to have a lot of opportunities at the collegiate level to showcase those versatile skill sets. So that's it for this edition of Football Game Plans 400. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Be sure to follow me on all of my social media accounts. Don't forget to check out and subscribe to the Football Game Plan Network located at youtube.com/footballgameplan.
Emory, thanks for the knowledge. West Shore Home Halftime Report continues after this. The home Panthers with a 20-7 lead over Shippensburg area.
This is the West Shore Home Halftime Report.
Shippensburg struck first, but then East Pennsboro went on a 20-0 run. In this one, it is a pink out tonight on senior night at East Pennsboro. The student section looking good on our West Shore Home Halftime Report. Let's take a look at the first half highlights and how we got to this score. Long drive by Shippensburg. Patrick Eichelberger with a 9-yard touchdown, and it was 7-0 Shippensburg. And then J.J. Gossard, a 4-yard touchdown run for East Pennsboro. Went for 2 and missed it, so it was 7-6. And then the fumble right here. That is the 16th takeaway of the season by this East Penn defense. 9th fumble recovery. Led to Otis to swoop for the touchdown. That is so pretty. 13-7. And then more of J.J. Gossard. His 4th rushing touchdown of the season, 2nd of the night. And it's 20-7. That's where we stand at the half. Let's take a look at our first half stats. There you see 79 yards on the ground, just 22 yards in the air. They only threw 4 passes, did Shippensburg, for a total of 101 yards of total offense. 208 for East Pennsboro. The 1 big turnover. The 9th fumble recovery of the season for this East Pennsboro defense. Penalty, 6 for Shippensburg for 30 yards. 1 penalty for East Pennsboro for 10 yards. Time of possession, pretty close. East Pennsboro 12:32, Shippensburg 11:28. Coming up next week, week number 9 of Friday Night Rivals, we'll be in the Mid-Penn Keystone Division. Palmyra Cougars at the Milton Hershey Spartans next week. Milton Hershey's 3-4. Palmyra's 2-5 going into tonight's action. So that is our Week 9 matchup on WellSpan Sports Medicine's Friday Night Rivals. Hard to believe we only have 2 more weeks to go. Palmyra and Milton Hershey next week. Our West Shore Home halftime report will continue after this. The Panthers up on the Greyhounds 20-7.
This is the West Shore Home halftime report.
Getting ready for the second half of this Mid-Penn Colonial Division matchup. We head down to the field. Keon is with Coach Dennison. Keon?
Squad was rolling for the majority of the first half there, Coach. What did you like from your team, and what do you think, in the second half you want to continue?
I thought we played pretty physical. It took us a little bit of time to kind of calibrate to their offense. I feel like we're in pretty good shape right now. We were able to get our quarterback in rhythm, hit some quick passes, get the run game going a little bit. So it's pretty tough, very competitive first half. I'm happy with where we are, though.
Yes, sir. Best of luck in the second half. Thank you. Back to you, Phil.
All right, thanks a lot. Otis was in rhythm. 13 of 17, 142 yards passing for 1 touchdown. J.J. Gossard, 11 carries, 46 yards, 2 touchdowns. Swoop, 5 catches, 93 yards, and a touchdown for the East Penn offense. There's a good look at Keith Otis, the senior. Been playing here for 4 years. Starter for 3. Coming up tomorrow, it's going to be a rainy Saturday. So you could just sit in your living room and enjoy some SEC football on CBS 21. Starts at noon, a doubleheader. It's Georgia and Vanderbilt. And then good game coming up at 3:30. Texas A&M and Tennessee. Knoxville will be rocking tomorrow. And then on Sunday, the NFL all starts at noon from New York with the NFL Today on CBS. And then the 1 o'clock game. It's the Seahawks and the Bengals at 1 o'clock on Sunday on CBS 21. So there's your football watching for the weekend. The college tomorrow, the NFL on Sunday. And tonight, it's the WellSpan Sports Medicine's Friday Night Rivals, week number 8. Just 2 more Fridays that we'll be with you before the District 3 playoffs begin. Swoop will kick it. The Highmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Pennsylvania kickoff will kick it to Shippensburg, who trail this game 20-7. East Pennsboro trying to right the ship, get to 7-1 after their fall last week to Northern York. Shippensburg coming off a win last week after losing 2 straight to Susquehanna Township and Gettysburg. They won a big game last week over Mechanicsburg, 14-7. Second half, we are underway. Short kick taken at the 37-yard line. And that was taken by Feather for Shippensburg. Feather on the return. So let's see what Shippensburg's offense can do. They like to run the football. Only 4 pass attempts in the first by the sophomore quarterback, Brady Macheski. Macheski was 2 of 4 passing the football for 22 yards, and both catches were Metzer had both catches. 2 completions for the Greyhounds offense. So a 1st and 10 as we start the 3rd quarter. Send a man in motion, a little trickery, a reverse. Looks like they almost were going to try to pass the football, and they do. Metzer throws it and incomplete. Metzer, the backup quarterback, who lost out on trying to get the starting job from Macheski, but that was a slow developing little trick play.
Yeah.
Everybody kind of knew as Metzer kind of looped around, was trying to throw it back to Macheski, the quarterback.
Some told me at some point in time we were going to see that. 2 QBs on the field at one point in time. We were going to see that play.
So Metzer was looking for Macheski, who left his quarterback spot after pitching the ball and went out. Incomplete. So a 2nd and 10 for the Greyhounds. Eichelberger across the 45-yard line, close to midfield. He was stopped at 48-yard line. J.J. Gossard made the stop. Gossard made the tackle after a 4-yard gain. So a 3rd down. On 3rd downs in the first half, Shippensburg 3 of 9, just 38% on 3rd downs in that first half. 3rd and long. These are the situations Coach Faust and his young offense want to stay out of. Drag a man and the handoff inside to Statham. Statham across midfield into Panthers territory to the 49-yard line, but he'll be short of the line to gain, and a 4th down coming up for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, just not enough right there. Excuse me, for Shippensburg to be able to get up that 1st down.
So 4th down from the 49-yard line for the Greyhounds.
That makes it 4th and 3, just through the midfield from the Panther 49-yard line. Like the Greyhounds are going to go for it.
Let's see what Macheski does. Rolls out to the right. Macheski incomplete. Was looking for Metzer, and it falls short. Or excuse me, that's Derek Lynch, the intended receiver. Number 34, Derek Lynch, and incomplete.
Right off the hands of Lynch, and would have been enough for the 1st down, I'm pretty sure. But he wished he had that one back. Shippensburg defense does a big stop right here. We'll go down through the scores.
So a change of possession on the defensive stop by the East Pennsboro defense, and they have the football back. They look pretty good after going down 7-0. They got things going. Gossert with the 2 touchdowns. Otis was throwing it all over the yard and had a touchdown. Otis now 12 touchdown passes on the season. Gossert has the handoff, and he's in Shippensburg territory to the 45-yard line. So a pickup of 6 yards on the first down run. 2nd and 4 coming up for the Panthers. Interesting, Gossert, they weren't expecting him to be the guy. Angelo was going to be the guy, but the injury to Angelo, so Gossert had to step up, and Coach Dennison said he is a true tailback, has moves to the outside and the inside. Just really pleased. Runs with power, very low center of gravity, likes contact. He had a pretty good second half of the season last year. Gossert there gets the first down across the 40 down to the 38-yard line, and a kitchen saver first down run by Gossert. So he came on a little bit last year, started slow in his sophomore year, and Angelo last year, of course, had those 700 yards rushing, so they were looking for him to be the guy, and then the injury, and all of a sudden JJ took the opportunity and stepped up. And Coach has been very impressed with the way JJ's run the ball, and called him a true halfback with the ability to run it inside and outside. So 1st and 10, East Pennsboro moving here, their first possession of the second half. Gossert again. This time he stopped right at the line of scrimmage and can't get any further than that.
And speaking on Gossert, to tail back on what you said, he has had some big runs tonight that just shows the little things he did. Not everything's explosive runs, but the little yards he does pick up, he just runs tough and he just gets his shoulders low.
Statham made the stop for the Greyhounds of the last defensive play. There's a look at him doing it on both sides of the football. Statham from the defensive end made a stop there at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 now for the Panthers. Maroon with the handoff. The sophomore gets the carry and gets a couple of yards.
Brought down by number 85, Cody Wenner.
Cody Wenner made another tackle. Wenner having a good night defensively for Greyhounds after a 3-yard gain by the sophomore. One thing, Angelo will come back, and Angelo is an underclassman, so you have Gossert, Angelo, and Brune in the running back room next year. So you've got 3 good running backs. Coach is excited about having all 3 of those guys back next season. Otis's pass is complete. He fired it. And wow, what a pass. Alami, I don't even think Alami knew it was coming. That ball hit him right as he turned for the football. It's a kitchen saver first down. Take another look.
That was a dart. Look at Alami. Wow. Right to the stomach, to the chest. Right where it needed to be in the middle of that too. So great pass. Again, we've seen some beautiful passes from Otis here tonight.
That was before Alami even completed his route. Alami has 5 catches on the night now. Over 45 yards receiving for Alami. Handoff to the sophomore. Brune on the carry. Elliott.
Very good on the carry.
Picks up a couple of yards in that first down run. 2nd down coming up. Panthers, with that offensive line, they're starting to wear down a little bit. Shippensburg.
I agree. Look at 5. Look at that. The gymnastic work right there from, who was that?
Trey Good.
Yeah, Trey Good, of course.
Trey Good, he's been quiet tonight offensively. Trey Good only has 2 catches tonight. Brune with the handoff. And there's a penalty marker down. Doesn't get much.
Brought down by number 6.
Penalty marker down. This offensive line's good. Bard, 3-year starter. Josh Angelo, 4-year starter, anchor of the line. Then Logan Newman, probably their best lineman. He got hurt in week 3, out for the season. He had knee surgery today, so hopefully the surgery went well for Logan Newman. The freshman forced into the lineup when Logan Newman had the injury, and Henry Ridgely came in and did a good job, got better each week.
Holding, 73 on the offense. It's going to be a 10-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
So holding penalty on East Pennsboro. We'll continue to talk about the line, Colin.
Yeah, you can see it right.
Benoist, Colin Benoist, they had him more of a fullback kind of style of player, but they wanted to get him on the field more. They really don't use a fullback, so they said, hey, let's get Benoist and we'll put him at tackle. Last year he was a one-way starter. This year he's going both ways. And then we talked already about the transfer from Virginia, from the state of Virginia last year at the end of the season. Johnson, he's been a big factor for this team on both offense and defense. Otis's pass to good, and that is so good. Touchdown, Otis to good as he tight ropes the final couple of yards into the end zone for a 30-yard touchdown. Your Air National Guard touchdown. Take another look at this beautiful pass, and what a catch by Good.
Now that's great. That ain't good. Look at Trey getting the feet down and getting into the end zone, but another just bullseye pass from Otis.
Otis is having a night, 30-yard touchdown, and that was something by Good to make the catch and then tightrope the sideline to get in. Alami on for the extra point. That was something. The extra point is up and good, and how about that? Otis is having a night. Trey Good, as you said, partner, this wasn't good. This was great. East Pennsboro out into their lead. Keith Otis having a night, 2 touchdown passes, now 13 on the season for him. The last one was good for 30 yards to Trey Good. Good's 5th touchdown catch of the season, 8th of his career. 27-7's our score near the 3rd quarter. There's Swoop, who has a touchdown catch tonight. He's doing the kickoff for the Highmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. The Pennsylvania kickoff, kicks this one deep into the end zone for a touchback. Swoop has a couple of touchbacks this year. Time to raise the roof. 3rd quarter of Friday Night Rivals. We raise the roof. Abel and Son Roofing and Siding. The East Penn cheerleaders with their pink t-shirts on tonight for breast cancer awareness. Raising the roof. Abel, Son Roofing and Siding. And the student section all decked out in pink as well. Having a good night tonight as East Pennsboro's bouncing back from their only loss of the season a week ago. They're up 27-7, a 20-point lead on Shippensburg. Shippensburg straight up the middle. Their run attack continues. Good run there. Statham. Otis made the stop. East Pennsboro's run 43 plays from the line of scrimmage tonight. Otis is 15 of 19, 182 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not a bad night for the senior quarterback on senior night. Statham outside, not much there at all. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Not much going even from the beginning. You can see Statham, just the big fella. Lombard getting in there, getting a hold of him, bringing him down.
Gossard 14 carries, 59 yards, 2 touchdowns. Alami 5 catches, 54 yards. Trey Good now 3 catches, 30 yards and a touchdown. Of course, we know Swoop's put up big numbers receiving as well for this East Penn offense that has scored a lot of points. Big hit in the backfield and a big tackle for a loss. Colin Benoist with the big hit. Benoist, he has now 10 tackles for a loss. Benoist got in the backfield quickly. Wow, number 54 with a big hit.
Colin, who you mad at? Oh my God, and the walk down. He said, well, that was letting out some anger.
Benoist has been great. 3 sacks this season, over 30 tackles, now 10 tackles for a loss for Benoist. And Shippensburg has to punt the football away. Short punt taken at the 48-yard line by Trey Good, and that's where this high-powered offense will have the football back. Penalty marker comes down. It'll be on Swoop. East Pennsboro Panthers averaging 30.7 points a game. 251 points they scored this season coming in. Coming in, they had 16 rushing touchdowns, 11 passing touchdowns. You can add 2 to each of those categories.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 10 on the receiving team. That'll be a 15-yard penalty, first down.
So Swoop called for doing a little talking. Let's see. There he is. There you see it right in front of the official. Trey Good with the one with the fair catch, and then Swoop gets flagged for.
It's always the second one gets caught, you know.
With some trash talking. A 27-7 lead for East Pennsboro. With the football for the Panthers. Straight up the middle, J.J. Gossard all the way into Greyhound territory to the 45-yard line. Close to a 20-yard pickup by Gossard.
And Gossard taking up for Swoop, getting them all back on one play, and then some. J.J.
We're talking about this offensive line that features 4 seniors and then 1 freshman. So this line and their size is pretty big. 6'1", 230, 6'4", 270, 5'8", 290, 5'9", 215. Some big size on an East Pennsboro Panthers offensive line. There's a look at the offensive line, who's now starting to wear down this Shippensburg, this young Greyhound team. Gossard running to the right side, patient. And good pursuit by the white jerseys to bring them down. Shippensburg's defense has definitely been the strength of their team. Coach Dennison thought that this is one of the better defenses that they will see this season. This Shippensburg defense, who's very young, but have made some big plays throughout this year and has really helped out this young offense the way they've played. Cody Winter has been great. You saw him a moment ago, number 85, the 6'1", 200-pound senior, has been really good for the Shippensburg defense all year. Second down, they give it to the sophomore. Elliott Broom gets a couple of yards. East Pennsboro has a huge game next week when they have to travel to Susquehanna Township. That game very much could be for the Mid-Penn Colonial Division title. As I mentioned before, there's 3 teams tied at 3-1 atop the Colonial. East Penn's 3-1 in division play. Susquehanna Township, who we saw last week on Friday Night Rivals, is 3-1. And Gettysburg's 3-1. Next week, it'll be Township and East Pennsboro. A huge game in Week 9 could decide the Colonial. We'll see. Third down coming up for East Pennsboro. They said Bruin in motion. They get it to him out of the backfield. Has running room, first down and more. Down the sideline goes the sophomore, makes a man miss and gets all the way down to the 5-yard line. A simple play out of the backfield, a swing pass to Elliott Bruin, and Elliott with a lot of run after catch.
Broom just got that and was out of, just gone. 22 and then cuts and way to stay in bounds. And he wanted to get in the end zone so bad. But just picked up big yardage right there. Nice pickup.
That is a nice run by Broom. And Coach Dennison said he is an outside running tailback. They like to get the ball to him on the outside, not on the inside. He's a little guy, but boy, he has speed. First and goal for the Panthers. They pitch it to him. Ball's on the turf, and it's picked up by Shippensburg for the turnover. Coach Dennison not happy with that on the fumble recovery. Shippensburg picks up the fumble.
Yeah, Broom tried to catch it with one hand. I think he just couldn't control it. After the big play, you hate to see that, but
And our spotlight player for Shippensburg was the one that came up with the recovery of that fumble. So turnover apiece each. The first half, Shippensburg fumbled the football, and now East Pennsboro fumbles it. So one turnover each for each team. Shippensburg has a long way to go, though, as East Pennsboro was driving. So they have the ball 1st and 10 on their 9. Quick pass and the completion. He took a big hit. Wow. Macheski completes his 3rd pass of the night. Shoot, made the catch and then took a hit. Take a look at this.
Good catch, and then trying to pick up some more yards. Paid the price for it.
Driving him back was Keith Otis. Here's a look at Otis defensively, doing it on the defensive side. As far as throwing the football, has 2 passing touchdowns tonight. Now has 13 touchdown passes on the season. Macheski with the completion. Connors, the junior, catch for a kitchen saver 1st down. Conyers with his 2nd catch of the season. Josh Angelo makes the stop. The linebacker wraps him up. Conyers does have enough for a 1st down.
We're going to see a lot of, I think we're going to see obviously time not on the side of Shippensburg. We're going to probably see a lot of more passing in the rest of this game.
Coach Faust's team, Macheski, completed 2 passes in the first half, and they were both to Metzer. That was one there to Connors for that 1st down. Sack, and that's the quarterback sacking the quarterback. Keith Otis comes up and makes the sack, and that's his 2nd sack of the season for Keith Otis, sacking Macheski.
Otis on that blitz, he's seen it, got in that backfield and brought the man down.
9-yard loss on that sack by Keith Otis. What a night the senior's having. East Pennsboro has Shippensburg next week and then Waynesboro in week 10. East Pennsboro does. Susquehanna Township next week, then Waynesboro. And for Shippensburg, they have Waynesboro next week, and then they finish with Greencastle. Sophomore Brady Macheski has to step up in the pocket, and down he goes again with the big sack by Johnson. Johnson with his 2nd sack of the season. And we are through 3 quarters. East Pennsboro has scored 20 straight points and lead at 27-7. After a couple of sacks, a 3rd and 21 for Shippensburg to start the 4th quarter. 3rd and 21 for Macheski. Macheski sets up the screen and incomplete. So 4th down. They'll be punting from their own end zone, will the Greyhounds. It'll be great field position for East Pennsboro, who was trailed in this game 7-0 early and have scored 27 unanswered points. So a couple of sacks. Macheski was sacked twice. Here's a look at the elder Faust, coach's father. He's in the Coaches Hall of Fame in the state of Pennsylvania. Punting from the 1-yard line, gets the punt off. And good, catches it, fair catch at the 40-yard line. Only 2 more well-spanned sports medicine Friday Night Rivals to go. Next week will be week number 9. It will be on the campus of Milton Hershey. That's a beautiful place. Beautiful things go on there. What a story. Milton Hershey, the Spartans take on the Cougars of Palmyra. That's next week, week number 9 out of the Mid-Penn Keystone Division. The beautiful campus of Milton Hershey. School next week. So the man that's been hot tonight, both on offense and defense, Keith Otis, has the football back. The ball at the 40-yard line, a chance to add to the 27-7 lead. Otis 2 touchdown passes tonight. He's been very good. He's also been great on defense. Brune, the sophomore, gets the handoff. Around the edge he goes and out of bounds. Brune's a much different runner than J.J. Gossard. Brune wants everything to the outside. Gossard likes to go up the middle. Yeah. Brune is only 5'8" and 160 pounds. And 160 pounds, I think, is generous.
Both little, but with different styles, as you mentioned.
So East Pennsboro, everybody wanted to know how they were going to respond after they were upset last week by Northern York. It was only a 1-win team going into that game. Picked up their 2nd win. They played some great games with Northern York. Last year it was a double overtime game that they lost, 28-27. Brune up the middle this time, now bounces to the outside. Here's some speed and taken down at the 15-yard line. Great run by the sophomore Elliott Brune for the Bathfitter first down run. That was pretty.
Yeah, he's trying to make up for the turnover on the last possession because this kid he wants to get in the end zone really bad. And the sophomore is just showing why he is the other option in the backfield.
21-yard pickup by Elliott Brune, who said he can't run to the inside. He started to the inside. He said, hey, Phil, what are you saying I can't run to the inside? He started to the inside, then went to the outside. Picked up 21 yards on the carry. And now a 1st and 10 for the 15. Otis going to keep it himself. Down to the 5-yard line, almost to the 5. Got down to the 6-yard line as he kept it himself. Coach Dennison talked about opening the playbook. When you have a guy like Otis that has been running your offense for 3 years, you can open the playbook. They're a good balance now of both running and passing, and even with Otis running the football. Otis has 12 rushing touchdowns this season to go with his 13 passing touchdowns.
Scored off the keeper earlier in the game, so clearly kid is dual threat.
Second down. Give it to the sophomore. Brune gets the touchdown, his first of the season for the sophomore. What a night for him. He gets his first rushing touchdown for Elliott Brune. His first touchdown of his high school career comes right there.
Well, good for him. Kid was running hard this whole game, but a lot more touches in the second half. I'm glad he got in the end zone.
Here's your Pennsylvania Air National Guard touchdown. Elliott Brune, the sophomore, with his first touchdown of his high school career. And he earned it. He got him down there.
He did.
Give it back to 22 for the touchdown. And Brune will remember this night. His first career touchdown, many more to come, I'm sure. The extra point is up, and it is good. And East Pennsboro's bouncing back from last week's loss. Brune with his first high school touchdown. Another Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield of Pennsylvania kickoff as East Pennsboro has a 34-7 lead. A short kick taking at the 30-yard line for the Greyhounds. Elliott Broom, the sophomore, 9 carries, 82 yards in his first career touchdown. Just moments ago to put East Pennsboro up 34-7. Coming up tomorrow, college football, 12 o'clock noon kickoff in the SEC, Georgia and Vandy. And at 3:30, Texas A&M and the Tennessee Vols. Sunday, the NFL starts at noon with the NFL Today with JB and the guys from New York. And then it's the Seahawks and the Bengals on CBS 21. We got you covered this weekend for college football tomorrow, NFL football on Sunday, and high school football each and every Friday here on My TV. Central PA, East Pennsboro bouncing back from their loss a week ago. Run straight ahead. Dundee on the carry. Looks like fighting for that football on the bottom of that pile.
Dundee, it definitely got popped out. Luckily, he was able to recover it. Kind of just fell right back into him.
Otis with the hit. You'll see it here on the replay. Ball was on its way out, and then it's out. And then in the hands of one of the East Pennsboro players, which would have been their 10th fumble recovery of the season. They have one tonight. They had 8 coming in. They have 16 takeaways this season. That would have been number 17. Flag out before the play got started.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Stays second down.
Coach Fouts knows that this team is really young. New coming in, it was going to be a fresh start. Said maybe go back to the playing a little old school Shippensburg football. And that's what they had to do this year. Run it in your face a little bit more. Really keyed on ball control to get things going. So wins this year over Spring Grove, Northern York, and Mechanicsburg. Those are their 3 wins. 3 and 4 in the season. They're going to fall to 3 and 5. Penalty marker down. Otis in on another carry. Otis has been fired up for senior night. I tell you, he knows that his high school career is coming to an end. So he's doing it on both the offense and defensive side tonight as number 9, Keith Otis. Wait for the penalty marker. It's about that time that we have to take a look at the playoffs. And looks like a chop block on Shippensburg. So Shippensburg's a 5A team.
Shot block on the offense. 15-yard penalty. Stay second down.
So Shippensburg's a 5A team. In 5A, 12 seeds make it into the playoffs. First 4 seeds get a bye. New Oxford, Cedar Cliff, Cocalico, Exeter, the top 4. Shippensburg sitting at 15. They have to get 12 or better. So in front of them is Governor Mifflin, Gettysburg, and Dover at the 14, 13, 12 spot. So they need to be in the top 12 to make the playoffs. And we'll tell you about East Pennsboro and their playoff situation in a second in Class 4A. Macheski to throw. Incomplete. Well covered by Sanderson, number 31. Paul Sanderson was right on the coverage. So let's talk about East Pennsboro. Let's take another look at this Sanderson. Great play on defense, right there on it. 4A, 10 seeds get in. 1 through 6 get first-round byes. And right now, East Pennsboro is sitting at number 5. So it's McDevitt, Twin Valley, Manheim Central, Lampeter Strasburg, and East Penn sitting at that 5th spot. And then it's Susquehanna Township, who they play next week. That's a huge game. Then Elko. And then it's Eastern York. Milton Hershey we'll see next week on Friday Night Rivals. Your top 9 in Class 4A. Otis comes up with a big sack. He's been everywhere. The second sack of the night for Keith Otis. And 55, Johnson in on the sack as well. So Johnson has 2 sacks. Otis has 2 sacks. They teamed up on a double sack here for the Panthers.
Yeah, Otis, you called it. He's just playing his heart out. He's all over the place, especially on these last few possessions. He doesn't care if 27 up. He's playing like it's 0-0.
4th and 31. 8:25 to go in the game. Shippensburg kicks it. Good on the return with the punt. He has speed. Good down the sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Hey, it's time now for our catch of the game. Anderson Chimney Sweeps. Like a good receiver, Anderson Chimney Sweeps is here. South Central PA's chimney venting system experts. Swoop for that touchdown. That was beautiful. And then how about that catch? And then we have to go to Trey Good. Watch him just tightrope down the sideline. There's our double catch of the night. Brought to you by Anderson Chimney Sweeps. Like a good receiver, Anderson Chimney Sweeps is here with our double catches of the night. 27-yard return for Good. Gosser gets the handoff shy of the 15-yard line as he was stopped by a ton of white jerseys by the Greyhounds. So yes, Shippensburg started the night up 7-0, but then after that, it's been all East Pennsboro. Just 3 weeks. The playoffs will start in District 3. So tonight's matchup was definitely an older veteran team, the Panthers, against a young team of the Greyhounds. I said before, only 6 of the 22 starters on both sides of the ball back for Shippensburg from a team last year. Pass incomplete. Otis was looking for James, and an incomplete pass. So East Pennsboro will be 7-1 going into next week's game at Susquehanna Township. We had Susquehanna Township last week with a win over Greencastle. That'll be a big matchup between the two best teams in the Mid-Penn Colonial Division, I'm thinking there. You know, Gettysburg, they're there at 3-1, but of course, East Pennsboro already beat Gettysburg this season, 42-24 a couple of weeks ago. Otis on a 3rd down. Time to throw. Ball's batted at the line of scrimmage and incomplete. Looks like Garvin, 51, Timothy Garvin, the sophomore, from his nose guard position was able to knock it down for the Shippensburg defense. Take another look. Is 51 the one to get his mitts on it? Yeah, I think so. There he is. 6'3", that's a big boy. 255, the sophomore. Garvin for Shippensburg. There's a look at the big guy, number 51. A lot of sophomores and freshmen. They have a big freshman class. When I say big, a lot of them, and a lot of them have big size. So Coach Faust is very excited about the freshman class at Shippensburg. Otis to throw. 4th down, goes to the end zone and throws it over the head of Trey Good. Looking for Good, unable to hook up. Otis hasn't been off much tonight, but off on that one. And he said, that's on me.
He knew he had one. Everything Good had that connection earlier in the first half, but just missed one right there. It's all right. You get a couple of them when you played as well as you could tonight, Otis.
So they take over in downs. Good look at behind the student section here at East Pennsboro. The camera is set up. Here's a look at that student section. Pink out tonight. Pink out here tonight at George Saxon Memorial Stadium. Brady Macheski, sophomore quarterback. Throws it, has the completion. Down the field to Bailey. Bailey, the junior, with his 5th catch of the season. Macheski only has 3 touchdown passes this season. One of the touchdowns was to Bailey earlier this year, to the junior.
Pitch and catch right there. Bailey making himself available and reeling it in.
22-yard pickup and a 1st down on the 22-yard pass play. Macheski to Bailey. So 1st and 10 for the Greyhounds. 7 minutes to go in this game. Macheski fires, has the completion at the 40. A penalty marker is out. Shope with the catch. Shope came in as the leading receiver for the Greyhounds. He had 15 catches on the season coming in, has a couple of grabs here tonight. And there's a holding penalty on Shippensburg. This is a young offensive
holding.
line.
79 on the offense. Going to be a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot, first down.
2 of the 5 offensive linemen returning. Coach Fouts has his son out there, the center. Aiden, 5'10", 190-pound sophomore, is the center, number 55 for Shippensburg, coach's son. There you see father, son, grandson. So that's special for the Fouts family. Came from Homer City out in Pennsylvania in the Whippio. Father coach there, principal there. Oh, big sack. Oh, Macheski's still on his feet. How did he get away from that? Macheski goes for positive yards after being what you thought was a 7-yard sack, was able to turn it into positive yards. The sophomore somehow broke free.
That's a Houdiniac right there. Gets out of it and is able to get upfield. Got to slide though, Macheski. Got to slide. Don't want to take too many of those hits. They add up.
Turned into a 6-yard gain for Macheski. I don't know if his dad's at Kutztown, maybe watching this one tonight, as Shippensburg plays Kutztown tomorrow. Shippensburg looking for their 2nd win of the season. They beat Bloomsburg this season. See how they'll do tomorrow against a pretty tough Kutztown team. Chesky, incomplete. Looking for the freshman Carruthers. They are excited about number 10, the freshman. Has a big upside. So many young players will be back for Coach Fouts. Like I said, he's been there 22 years. It started rough for him. They gave him, Shippensburg was very patient with Coach Fouts, and then he's been really good the last 10 years or so. A bunch of 10, 11-win seasons, 12-win seasons. Chesky rolling out, firing downfield, big completion at midfield and getting out of bounds in East Penn territory. Bailey makes the catch. Bailey, a big target at 6'2", picks up the first down. It gets into East Penn territory to the 48-yard line. 18-yard pickup on that pass play.
Bailey's had a couple nice catches here in the second half. Kind of being the main target for the Shippensburg offense. Just gets out of bounds.
So the Greyhounds, obviously everybody knows that they're so young. So, they were hoping to put some wins together to get into the playoffs. That was their goal. They knew they would need to win out. So they're going to fall to 3-5 with the game next week against Waynesboro, and then at home, and then they finish at Greencastle to finish the season. They were in the playoffs last year, beat Cedar Cliff in the opening game of the season, then beat them in the playoffs, and lost to Solanco, the top seed in the playoffs a year ago. The incomplete pass there. Swope as the pressure was coming to Macheski. Brady only threw 3 or 4 passes in that first half. He had 2 completions to Metzer. We've seen Metzer here, the backup quarterback, try to throw a couple of passes as well. Pennsboro band is having a good time tonight. They did a great job with our national anthem to get the Wellspan Sports Medicine Friday Night Rivals started tonight with our Pennsylvania Army National Guard national anthem. Brought to you by Pennsylvania Army National Guard. Chesky rolling out. Downfield has another completion to the 30-yard line, and his new target is Bailey. A couple of big catches for Bailey, and that's another bat fitter first down.
Yeah, it's a learning moment, obviously, it's been a little out of hand, so anything that's positive, they leak in the next week, and these 2 connections is one of them.
26-yard pickup, Chesky to Bailey. 22-yard pickup. So a couple of good hookups with Chesky to Bailey, the junior. Bailey now 6 catches on the season. Chesky came into this game 36 of 78, completing 46% of his passes, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions for the sophomore. 1st and 10. Greyhounds, it's been a while since they've been in the end zone. They were first to get in the end zone here tonight. Haven't been back since. The completion. Chesky with another completion. Shope with the catch. That keeps the drive going here with 4:25 to go. Keon will get ready for our WellSpan Sports Medicine Friday Night Rivals Championship Trophy presentation to be presented on the field after the game. Second down for the Greyhounds. In the red zone, Chesky been pretty good on this drive. Has the completion. Bathfitter first and goal. Shope with another catch. Greyhounds passing attack looking good here in this drive against East Pennsboro. Good pass, good catch. First and goal for the Greyhounds. Looking to try to get their second score of the night. They had 2 touchdowns a week ago in their 14-7 win over Mechanicsburg. They did score here first tonight. Handoff, Statham. Touchdown. Statham is in for his 4th touchdown of the season for the Greyhounds. Statham's 4th touchdown. He had one a week ago. Take another look at the Statham touchdown. Greyhounds are back on the board. It's now 34-13 with 3:28 to go. Garvin in for the point after for Coach Fouts' team. Extra point is up and good. 3:28 to go in this one. It is week number 8 of WellSpan Sports Medicine's Friday Night Rivals. Brady McChesky, 5 of 12 for 79 yards. Was pretty good on that drive. Bailey, 3 catches for 57 yards, all coming on that drive. It ended with a Statham touchdown run, his 4th touchdown of the season. And Highmark, Blue Cross and Blue Shield PA kickoff. McChesky, let me correct that, 7 of 14, 107 yards on the night for him. So Gossard handed off to Good, a little reverse, and that was bobbled on that kickoff return for East Pennsboro, who has a 34-14 lead with 3:18 to go. They're thinking about a Colonial Division championship, maybe a district title as well. The District 3 playoffs are a few weeks ago, and they have a huge game next week against Susquehanna Township, which could be for the Colonial Division, and also could be where they'll finish seed-wise. Again, in Class 4A, 10 seeds get in. 1 through 6 gets a first-round bye. Right now, East Pennsboro is in the 5th spot, 1 spot ahead of Susquehanna Township, who's 6th. And then the top 4, Bishop McDevitt, the defending state champs, number 1 in the state, currently in Class 4A. And Twin Valley, Manheim Central, Lampeter, Strasburg, East Penn, Susquehanna Township, the 6th. 10 seeds that get in Class 4A. Closing in on the 3-minute mark here, senior night. It's been a good night for fans of the Panthers. They were a little shocked after losing last week on the road to Northern New York. Well, they bounced back in a big way here tonight. Otis has been really good, both on offense and defense. Swoop's been great. Good has a touchdown, and so does Swoop. J.J. Gossard's been good, and this kid's been good too. Elliott Braun, the sophomore, has his first career touchdown of the night. Gets to the outside. And Swoop, our spotlight player for Shippensburg, has been real good tonight. There's Coach Dennison in his 4th year. I always enjoy talking to Coach in preparation for these games. Always gives you a lot of good information about his team. Remember when he first took over, got the job in 2020, and what hits? COVID. And he battled his way through it. The numbers of actual players out for the team were way down. He played a lot of freshmen and sophomore his first and second year. A lot of those kids have grown up now. James with the catch, and that's good enough for a bat fitter first down. Otis to James. So coming up, Keon will be down on the field with East Pennsboro for the WellSpan Sports Medicine Friday Night Rivals Champions Trophy presentation. This really has been, you know, for Keith Otis, who played as a freshman at quarterback, shared it a little bit with Dakota Campbell, and then, you know, his sophomore year became the starter, 3-year starter. But a lot of these seniors started playing with Coach Dennison, had him on the field, on the varsity field as freshmen. Backup quarterback is in for East Pennsboro. Turner Barlup, 13, is the one to drop the football in at quarterback for East Pennsboro. Final minute to go in this one. East Pennsboro is going to win it 34-14. East Pennsboro will move to 7-1 with a huge game next week at Susquehanna Township. Shippensburg will fall to 3-5 on the season, and they'll be home next week for their final home game of the season against Waynesboro. Handoff straight ahead for the Panthers. Panthers have Township next week, and then they end the season at home in Week 10 against Waynesboro. Otis has been great. Swoop, awesome with a touchdown tonight. Good with a touchdown. Gossard with 2 rushing touchdowns, and Elliott Braun, the sophomore, with a touchdown as well. So a good night for the East Pennsboro Panthers offense. Came into this game averaging 30.7 a game. They go over their average with a 34-14 win over Shippensburg area. We'll come back with the WellSpan Sports Medicine Friday Night Rivals Champions Trophy presentation when we get back. The final score tonight, East Pennsboro 34, Shippensburg area 14. East Pennsboro now 21-6 in the series with Shippensburg. Their first win since 2015 when they won that game 50-7. And it ends a 3-game straight win streak in this series for Shippensburg. So East Penn gets a win over Ship in the 27th meeting between these two schools. And we're getting ready for our championship trophy presentation. And as soon as they get in place, we'll send it down on the field to Keon Claiborne. And I believe everybody's together and ready to go once we get coach in place. And it's time now for our championship trophy presentation with Keon down on the field. Keon, take it away.
Really big win tonight. You know, you had a great game. What did you like from your squad here on senior night tonight?
I felt we were motivated. There was a little bit of trash talk going back and forth throughout the week, so it gave us the extra motivation we needed, especially coming off the loss. It hurt last week.
Most definitely, I understand. Well, Week 8, Friday Night Rivals champion, East Pennsboro. Congratulations, guys. Thank you, Phil.
Okay, Otis was great tonight. 7 of 24, 228 yards, 2 touchdowns, and put on a great display defensively as well. Hey, coming up next week, it is week number 9. We're coming to an end of another great season of Friday Night Rivals. Next week we'll be in the Mid-Penn Keystone Division. Palmyra Cougars at the Milton Hershey Spartans. That's where we'll be next week for week number 9 of WellSpan Sports Medicine's Friday Night Rivals. We'd like to take a moment to thank WellSpan Sports Medicine, who made these games possible for the viewers at home. We also like to thank everyone else who takes a major part in making Friday Night Rivals happen each and every week. WellSpan Sports Medicine, Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield, Schellenberger, Januzzi Wolf LLP, Bath Fitter, Kitchen Saver, West Shore Home, Pennsylvania Air National Guard, Able Sun Roofing, Member One's Federal Credit Union, Pennsylvania Air National Guard, OSS Health, Giant Foods, Anderson Chimney Sweeps, and Barber Styling Institute. We'd also like to thank Shippensburg and East Penn, their athletic directors, coaches, administrators, and athletes. If you want to watch this game anytime, anywhere, go to CBS21.com. Friday Night Rivals is a production of the Sports Fever Television Network. Thanks to Matt Bukovic, on stats, my partner Keon Claiborne, and the entire Friday Night Rivals production crew. I'm Phil Shaner saying good night, and we'll see you next week for another edition of Friday Night Rivals. The final tonight, East Pennsboro 34, Shippensburg area 14.